Former President Donald Trump was threatened with contempt of court for his behavior on Tuesday. Now, this is during a private sidebar conversation with prosecutors and Trump's legal team. New York Supreme Court Justice Juan Merchan had warned that his behavior could intimidate the witness, Stormy Daniels, and potentially influence the jury. Now, Merchan had first criticized Trump's reaction to an anecdote from Daniels about her smacking him in the butt with a magazine featuring his face. Yes, imagine that. Or actually don't. Daniels had testified, I said, someone should spank you with that. That's the only interest I have in that magazine. I don't think he thought I would do it. So he rolled it up and gave me the look that he dared me to do it. So now I kind of had to. Once again, I don't want to imagine Trump getting spanked in the butt with a magazine featuring his own face, but there we are. And since I had to imagine it, so do you. You're welcome. Now, his response, of course, was to shake his head and to look down. All right. Now, shaking his head is one thing, but Merchan had to admonish him for audibly cursing. At another part of her testimony, Trump had uttered a vulgarity. So this is during the time of her testimony where she had talked about the offer to go on The Apprentice. So Daniels had testified that Trump continued to offer to have her on the NBC show, but reneged. So now, look, I understand that this is one of the only reasons that Daniels was giving Trump any attention at all. She wanted on that show. Why? Because it'd be good for her career. Yeah, it'd be a great career move, right? So now Trump knew that and would dangle it in front of her. You know, here you go. Ooh, almost got it. You know, and it would just be out of reach. In reality, Trump was using that as an opportunity to try to get into her pants. So she had testified, by the way, that when she had asked about Melania, he said, quote, "Don't worry, we sleep in separate rooms." And that she reminds him of his daughter, Ivanka. Those are things that are massive red flags and kind of shows you exactly what his intentions were. Now, Merchan had threatened to impose jail sanctions if Trump continued to violate court orders, but apparently he's not ready to toss him in the clink just yet. Oh, no. In fact, Merchan had told Trump's lawyer, Todd Blanche, at the sidebar to, hey, talk to your client. The judge said he wasn't speaking directly to Trump himself because he didn't want to embarrass him. You need to speak to him. I won't tolerate that as to his behavior. So, here's the thing about Merchan. He has tolerated quite a bit from Donald Trump. 10 violations of the gag order. Constant attacks on himself, this court, the jury, and even members of his family, his daughter. To say that Donald Trump is not getting fair treatment from this court, I mean, I guess it would depend on how you look at it, right? Trump is certainly getting treated better than the average defendant, which I don't think is fair. He's getting way more leeway and chances than an average person would, and I don't think we talk about enough why that is. And I think it's because we all know it's kind of the unspoken, unwritten rule here that if you're rich, powerful, and politically connected, you are going to be the benefit of you're going to have the benefit of a two-tier justice system that will favor people who are wealthy and connected. Trump belongs to that upper echelon of society that inherently receives preferential treatment from the justice system. By the way, so does Joe Biden. Doesn't really matter which political party they belong to, they all still end up getting that preferred treatment. And even though Donald Trump, it's a miracle in itself that Donald Trump's even on trial. And it's because of this long history of criminality and outrageous behavior. It's even a shock, though, that he's in court at all. And still in court, he gets that preferential treatment due to his socioeconomic status. Because our system is divided, unfortunately, among economic lines. And that's why you see Merchan going out of his way to avoid putting real penalties on Trump. All right? And why Trump keeps pushing the envelope of what he can get away with. Once again, if you were dealing with a black kid from the Bronx, you're not going to get that Merchan saying, oh, no, I don't want to embarrass you. No, they're going to throw the book at the kid. Especially depending on what they were doing. If it's a drug crime, I mean, it'd be over. It'd be over at this point. And so, again, he didn't want to embarrass Trump by even asking him to behave, because apparently that's asking too much. Ooh, no, can't do that. This is a low bar, though, and Trump is struggling to meet it, which isn't a surprise to anyone who's been paying attention. The question to me is, how much will he be able to get away with before Trump sees any real consequences? And so far, even with everything that's happened, I do not like that the answer that I come up with.